ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together we are unstoppable. Switch today.
First at 11. The Parliamentary Registration Department is diligently at work to ensure the list of registered voters and the thousands of families that have yet to register is all squared away for the next general election. We hear the work on the ground. Also, the National Security Minister defending the government's immigration policies and addressing concerns, particularly those surrounding the ongoing treatment of Haitian nationals. And issues facing the telecommunications sector across the region among the high discussions at Canto, with the Prime Minister addressing the need to forge ahead. The Bahamas tonight at 11 starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Make sure you're counted. Officials from the Parliamentary Registration Department getting down to work, making every effort to ensure that for the thousands of Bahamians still left to register, come vote on D-Day, they can. And this as the register so far reflects more than 194,500 plus people. Mukesh Lapinder leads us off tonight at 11.
Officials are looking at adding 2 new constituencies ahead of the next general election, and this based on population growth in the country. Take, for instance, here in New Providence, where Killarney and Golden Isles both have more than 7,000 registered voters, well over the desired number.
They'll probably be looked at by the Boundaries Commission. And Tall Pines have over 6,000, so it all depends on what there are several constituencies with over 6,000 votes, particularly in Grand Bahama. At least 5 constituencies in Grand Bahama have 5,000 votes. I think only Pine Ridge and West End had less than that. We would like to see between 4,500 to 5,000, give or take.
Now, if and how the boundaries are redefined is in the hands of the 5-member Constituencies Commission, who's tasked with balancing the number of voters and looking at any peculiarities that might exist. However it pans out, Parliamentary Registration Commissioner Harrison Thompson assures that he and his team are ready.
If the Boundaries Commission makes any decision, we're ready to proceed to transfer or reallocate the voters to where they ought to be. To ensure if a new constituency is created, we're prepared to move in that direction. The major thing is to register, and we're working furiously on making sure that the register is up to date. The election supplies, etc., we have election supplies also who have been accumulating the supplies as we need them and are preparing for the election. So we are putting things in place as much as possible so that whenever the election is called, we're ready to move.
Thompson says just recently 17 people were seconded to his department to assist with preparations, and that number is expected to only increase once the election draws closer. Meantime, the Constituencies Commission is working feverishly to submit a report to the Prime Minister by next month. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Mukesh Lapinder.
Thanks, Mukushla. From one topical issue to another, the National Security Minister yesterday defended the government's immigration policies and addressed concerns about whether they disproportionately disadvantage Haitian migrants. In a televised address, the minister insisted the policies were fair and reminded that Haiti is still a country deep in unrest.
Firstly, there are a number of people of different nationalities who have been interdicted. The Defense Force statistics, which I can share with you, show thousands of people across many nationalities. The largest nationality group is the Haitian migrants, for obvious reasons of the turmoil in their country. That is why we've seen fit to seek to take steps to try to stabilize, to play our part in stabilizing Haiti.
Minister Monroe also using yesterday's address to touch on the issue of concerns about work permits for foreign labor.
That if somebody advertises a vacancy, and I would take this opportunity to advise any person looking for a job, there's jobseekers.bahamas.bs, where you can register, where you can search the available jobs. Because if you don't apply for the job and there is a vacancy, that employer is going to be able to go to the Department of Immigration with their vacancy, their notice of vacancy that hasn't been filled, and get a work permit. And so that is the reality of legal migration.
Well, reporters today questioned Minister of Immigration, the Honorable Alfred Sears, about both the Free National Movements and the Coalition of Independents' assertion that the Bahamas is in an immigration crisis.
First of all, we reject those allegations, and I will stand with the statement that was made from the Office of the Prime Minister responding to those allegations.
Minister Sears seemed equally bewildered when the public would question why he didn't deliver Sunday's national statement on immigration. He made it clear that he serves at the pleasure of the Prime Minister, and as the supervisor of the cabinet, the Prime Minister ensured the statement covered works, immigration, national security, and foreign affairs. The immigration minister added that immigration reform, particularly citizenship, takes precedence.
They're young people who are born here. The Constitution gives them a right. And there are safeguards that have been put in place to avoid fraud. People are being prosecuted where any fraud is discovered. They're working with the United States. We have put in place a system to detect fraudulent documents. So I'm confident that the process is one with integrity, and where there's any abuse, it's dealt with immediately.
The Office of the Prime Minister responding to the Tribune's lead story, citing America's position on Chinese investment in the Caribbean, and that the United Kingdom also expressed interest in funding the development of a new specialty hospital here in New Providence. Just this past Friday, the government signed a contract with China to fund the multi-million-dollar project, but U.S. Chargé d'Affaires Kimberly Furnish claims Chinese investments in the Caribbean, particularly those that benefit elites and not the people, leaving countries with shoddy or incomplete projects and unsustainable debt, jeopardizing their development and sovereignty. The claim sparking this response from the OPM's Director of Communications, Latrey Ramming.
We do not intend to get between the geopolitical fight of China and the United States. The Prime Minister has made it very clear that China has always been a partner in the Bahamas' long-term economic development. So the government of the Bahamas is well aware of the U.S. government's long-standing perspective on Chinese involvement in the Caribbean.
As for the UK's offer to match the Chinese funding through the UK Export Finance Facility, Ramming said this.
The project was already advanced in its stage. The government had communicated more than a year ago its intent to proceed with securing funding through the China Import-Export Bank. And the government at the time in conversation expressed its openness to work along with the group on future projects and financing of future projects. But it was too far in the development of the stages, and what is being offered by the China Export-Import Bank is a very favorable financing arrangement for the government of Bahamas.
Issues facing the telecommunications sector across the region and the way forward, the focus of discussions at Canto's morning session today. Fern Carey reports from Bahamar.
CEO of Liberty Caribbean, Inga Smith, telling telecommunications stakeholders from across the region that the telecommunications provider is committed to making the region a leader in the digital space. She noted that through significant investments in infrastructure and people, Liberty Caribbean, which is a headline sponsor of the Caribbean Association of National Telecommunications Organization Conference, remains focused on its goal to connect, care, and commit. As talks with industry leaders got underway Monday, she said discussions would center on the mobile network, cybersecurity, improved hospitality and tourism, and how to better serve customers.
Over the past 7 years, we have invested a massive amount of money into the Caribbean, and we will continue to do so. We have brought all the copper, with the exception of a couple of thousand, Everybody who was on copper in the Caribbean is not on copper anymore. Everybody is on gigaspeeds. And on top, we will start to really double down our extra investments into mobile. All our mobile is LTE ready, and we're starting to get into 5G. We already got into 5G in some of the islands, and we will continue to go and do so.
Secretary General of the International Telecommunications Union, Doreen Bogdan-Martinez, stressed that while significant progress is being made with the Digital Transformation Initiative, there is still much work to be done. She noted that policy, collaborative regulation, data privacy, and digital inclusion are pivotal moving forward, especially at a time when trust in the digital space is continually being eroded.
Year on year, cyber attacks are increasing by some 80%. In the first quarter of 2025, we saw a rise in ransom attacks by over 125% increase. The average cost of a data breach has increased by over 15% over the past 3 years, with the average cost of $4.88 million in 2024 for a single data breach. What does that mean? It means that we have to double down on cyber resilience.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Thanks, Fern. Still to come, a teacher's recruitment exercise underway. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
An early morning shooting at the Bahamas Department of Corrections is under investigation. Police report that sometime around 3 o'clock this morning, a prison officer observed an unknown male on the compound. When confronted by the prison officer, the man allegedly brandished a firearm and discharged several rounds in the officer's direction. The officer returned fire with his service weapon, hitting the suspect, who escaped and fled the area. Police are appealing to the members of the public who may have any information regarding this incident to contact 911, 919, the nearest police station, or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Police also providing an update on that traffic accident that occurred this past Saturday in the area of Blue Hill Road and Kim Crescent. Authorities confirmed that a 33-year-old male passenger succumbed to his injuries while in hospital. He was an occupant in the vehicle where 2 other women died as a result of the accident. An investigation into this matter continues. The new academic year starts in just a few weeks, and that means Ministry of Education officials are busy fine-tuning school repairs across the country. Education Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hanna-Martin, providing this update to our news team.
We're hoping that we can start next week. I'm in consultation with the Ministry of Finance, and we're just waiting for the green light to go full speed ahead.
And in preparation for the new school year, a large cohort of teachers recently received training abroad. It came as a result of a survey for public teachers who understand how they view their profession.
Coming out of that survey, a number of initiatives have flowed. We still have much more to do, but one of them was we created a portal for teachers to go in and seek funding for professional development. And this year we were able to help a significant number of teachers, many of whom went to a conference, professional development conference. In fact, I was told that the Bahamas was the most represented country at that conference in the United States. So we have sought to address and redress some of the concerns that teachers have in the profession and to alleviate them so that it becomes a more enjoyable, fulfilling profession.
Meantime, education officials are recruiting teachers here at home. According to Education Director Dominic Russell, with the correct qualifications from high school, interested persons could well be on their way to a dream career.
We expect that they have the minimum standards in terms of BJCs, BGCSEs, and their role is very critical to what we do. We have aides assisting teachers in the classroom. They may mark books, they may assist with bathroom duties. You know, there are a number of things that we give them to do, and so we're really excited about having them join us as well. Now, some of those aides, they are in UB, and so they become teachers, and of course we reclassify them and then they go into the classroom, so we're excited about that as well. But we do need 70 persons who are interested in becoming teachers' aides, and it is the most wonderful profession. You come in to assist students and you see their development from pre-primary straight up to high school.
Director Russell was speaking at a job fair held at the Ministry of Education headquarters this weekend in conjunction with the Department of Labor. She said they are looking to streamline these applications ahead of the new school year.
Yes, this is our first. We're really excited about it. In the past, we would have interviewed persons. They would come in, bring in their applications. We now have a very streamlined process that allows applicants to upload through a portal so that, we don't lose any of their applications and, they don't complain about, how long the process takes. And so once we get everything in the one place, we're able then to, of course, go through the process, review the applications, ensure that the vetting takes place, all of that. Our technical officers also got an opportunity this year to interview the prospective hirees so that they play a part in the process. They want the best and the brightest because they're responsible for ensuring that the curriculum is implemented.
Amajal Knowles has a look at what's coming up in sports tonight. Amajal?
See who was crowned a champion at the Andros Regatta. Details of that story and more coming up in sports. Welcome to your Monday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports over the weekend. 4 class champions crowned as 3 days of competition came to an end on Saturday at the Andros Regatta. Charles Fisher recaps the racing and festivities in this report.
Sailing in A, B, C, and E classes, with all the races for the overall championship going right down to the final series race. Let's just say all the trophies and prize monies going back to Long Island. Young Crystal Cartwright named the skipper of the regatta, sailing the Susan Chase in Class B to the title. And guess what? He is only 18 years old.
I've been coming to Andros for a few years now, so I really know the harbor. And I had a good crew on each one of the boats, so I was able to pull it off.
Talk about just sailing over the few days.
It was good. The first day sailing the Chase was a bit rough because it was my first time, but after that I got it together and won the championship.
Cartwright also sailed aboard the Rough Justice, the winner of Class A, and skippered by cousin Joshua Knowles, another young promising sailor.
We came over here to see. We did some changes. We came to make sure the changes were right. And by the results, the changes are right. First of all, I want to thank my uncle, Benjamin Knowles, who always believed in me. I never wanted to be a captain, but he made me a captain.
Nightlife was nothing short of excitement as hundreds came out for the best in Bahamian entertainment. Regatta site officially named in honor of one of the Andros pioneers, the late Alfonso Smith. During the honors was the minister responsible for regattas, the Honorable Clay Sweeting.
Not only to honor his great contribution to his community, but also to recognize all those individuals who have played a vital role in shaping our family islands. This year's regatta has truly set a standard for North Andros. No doubt in my mind. This is the biggest regatta we've seen here in years.
Truly one of the best to celebrate years of 30 for all Andros Berry Island Regatta. For Zednes Told Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
In softball news, the Bahamas' 14 and under girls softball team had a successful showing at the 2025 Babe Ruth International in Fort Myers, Florida over the weekend. The team left the tournament as champions after earning a decisive 12-1 victory over the Grand Cayman 14U squad. In the championship matchup, Team Bahamas capped off their first appearance at the tournament with a 4-1 win-loss record. I carried home in NPSA action from Saturday night in the ladies' game between the Black Scorpions and the Ballers. This one turned out to be a thriller. The Scorpions getting out to a 5-zip lead after the first inning. Things unraveling, though, for them, as in the fourth, the Ballers would score 9 runs on 7 hits to take the lead 9-6. To the 7th we go, top half Scorpions. They would score a total of 10 runs. Now to the bottom of the 7th with the winning run on third base and 2 outs. At the plate, Ballers shortstop Sierra Bow tagged with 1 ball and 2 strikes. She belts a sharply hit single to right center field, scoring the winning run. Ballers prevail in a nail-biter, 11-10.
Well, we started flat. We were kind of scrapping for players. This is that time of year where we have a lot of players traveling. Actually, a few of us came back today from a tournament in the States.
So a few of them couldn't make it. But we started flat. So we started with just, all he needs is 9. That's what we told them. We started flat. They scored 5 runs in the first inning, and we told them that 5 runs would not beat this team. But as we started to get loose, the momentum started to come our side. We had a big inning in, I guess, the 4th inning, I think it was, where we ran up a few runs on them. But that's the ebb and flow of the game.
In the men's feature game between the Chances Mighty Mitts and the Renegades in a slugfest, Chances banged out 15 hits to defeat the Renegades 19-11. The winning pitcher was Michael Kelly. Dylan Culmer was tagged with the loss, and VSA action resumes on Tuesday. And that's been a look at your sports on this Monday. Until tomorrow, I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out.
It's time now for a weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Royce. We'll get you started with our temperatures around the Family Islands. A little warm in Marshall, Abaco at 80 degrees. Green Toll Key and Freeport, they have 77 degrees, and that's under some cloud cover with some showers and even some thunderstorms in that part of the northwest Bahamas. And I will take you back here and just get these temperatures going. 83 degrees in the Berry Islands. Alistown, Bimini, 78 degrees, 84 in Harbor Island. Roxanne, Eleuthera, Otterstown, Cat Island at 81 degrees. 82 in Black Point, Exuma. Also, Camp Space at Andros at 82 degrees. Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 81. 81s also in San Salvador and Rumkey. Georgetown, Exuma, 82. We pick up some more 82s in Ragged Island, Clown, Sound Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Megawan, and Acklands at 81. 85 degrees in Matutani, Nagor, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 82 degrees. And our satellite pictures, well, it's showing this area of low pressure just to the east of eastern coast of Florida. The Hurricane Center is monitoring this area, and they're giving it about a 30% chance of some sort of tropical development as it moves towards the west across the lower portion of the peninsula. Once it gets in that warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico, we possibly can see something happening there, but we'll wait and see what happens with that. Meanwhile, there's a trough extending across the northwest Bahamas out of that system, and that will maintain scattered showers and thunderstorms over parts of the northwest Bahamas, in particularly Abaco, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands, and Bimini. And we're going to get some of that here in the capital as well. But it will continue to move towards the west, so later on, over the next 24 hours, we'll see some clearing over the northwestern islands. And your forecast tonight shaping up like this: cloudy with a couple of showers developing later on tonight, low temperature 79 degrees. And tomorrow, it's going to be a bit breezy in the morning with a stray thunderstorms, otherwise clouds and breaks of sunshine during the course of the day. High temperature getting up to 85 degrees tomorrow. And your extended weather forecast for the next 7 days, we're going to have those showers in the forecast through Tuesday, but by Wednesday, things will clear up quite nicely, and that will carry right into Thursday. But on Friday, just heading into the weekend, we'll have some more cloudy skies with a strong thunderstorm taking place in the afternoon on Friday. But after that, lots of sunshine return on Saturday. In case you have some outdoor activities on the weekend, it looks great on Saturday. 1 or 2 showers are developing again on Sunday and Monday up next week. Royston.
Well, thank you, Basil. That's going to do it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching, and good night.